right now. Thank you, Phil.
Hey, good reminder. Hey, everyone. My name is Brian Anderson. Bill Barris is out of Chicago. He is our VP who handles our channel sales. We will definitely carve out time for individual training one-on-one after this, as well as individual question and answer. It's difficult in a webinar format to tackle everybody's questions, I know, but we want to make sure that we're there for you. So just a quick overview about Captivated. We've been around for 10 plus years. We're in all 50 states, all of Canada. We're not in Europe yet. There's a chance that we'll be going that direction, but that obviously changes our business model a little bit. We use primarily resellers and reseller channels. We do have a referral partner program for people that still want us to build a customer, but this is wonderful for you guys that are using the portal, where you can just kind of bake in Captivated into your current quotes. I will say that for those of you selling VoIP systems, right? Whether, I don't care the name of the platform. It doesn't matter whether it's RingCentral, whether it's Intertel, whether it's any VoIP provider now usually offers texting, but it's not the same. It's not your, what's the old saying? It's not your father's Oldsmobile. You'll see what I mean when we go through the platform. We're going to talk a little bit about ways you can drive the platform and ways you can present this to your clients. And then we're going to actually just go right in and show you what it looks like, answer questions, show you the pricing, and try to make quick work of this and make sure we uncover any questions you might have. Obviously, the important thing is speed and texting, right? We want to let your clients offer to their customers, hey, to better serve you, you can now call or text us. And by having a great service with a queuing system, the ability for coverage and after hours responses, obviously makes a huge great first impression. Your customers can offer what we call real-time customer service. We all know the stats. People don't like picking up the phone anymore. It's not often oftentimes a great experience. We're going to talk about other ways that you can leverage Captivated, or your clients can leverage Captivated. And then, of course, we're going to cover any questions. We do offer, the first thing you'll notice is we offer a text us and live chat. I'm not a big fan of live chat unless the business is really set up for it, right? They've got dedicated personnel. If not, with the text us button, they can capture that all important mobile number and the opt-in, and that lead can be handled via text. Some quick stats. We're not going to cover all these, but just one that really jumps off the page. People say, "Oh, my customers are too old," or your clients might say, "Well, we only have old clientele." 60% of over 45 years old say they likely use texting instead of voice calling. I can tell you that the latest poll shows that the texting segment that's growing the fastest is actually age 65 and higher. And I I heard one comment, they said that's the only way that people can reach their kids and grandkids. So I think texting is here to stay. We're going to talk a little bit about RCS around the corner, because RCS is going to be handled on our platform as well. Just so you know, for those of you who don't know, RCS is rich communication. It's kind of like iMessage, only Android brought it out, Google. And the platforms, so iOS, the latest iOS has RCS, but the carriers, so T-Mobile and AT&T, have yet to adopt a way to, let's just say, monetize it yet. Verizon has it, but I don't see all three of the major carriers adopting RCS in a big way until probably Q2 of next year. So just when you hear about RCS, know that our platform will handle it. RCS doesn't require a phone number. It's a brand. So you're texting ABC Business, and it'll go through RCS. If it fails, it rolls over into a text message. So just a quick aside regarding RCS. When you think about call centers, think about the types of customers you have, and they're promoting, hey, call, right? Call this number and it gets routed and you round robin, all that good stuff. Well, if they add, hey, for your convenience, you can text our office at, and we do text enable the main numbers or any VoIP number, any even old copper lines we can text enable. So you have the ability to add that call to action, your clients do. This was an important stat I wanted to, and share this with your customers. If it takes a brand too long to respond, they're simply going to start with, in a bad way. Everybody wants speed these days. This one was kind of blew me away. 100 times better chance of winning business if the response time is 5 minutes or less. Not 100%, 100 times. Why? Because everybody has a choice. Everybody can quickly go to the next provider. So if all the clients you sell systems to, you've got to really emphasize response time. This was a good one, right? People will pay for a kind of a faster level of service, or that they want to skip to the line. They'll pay for that premium service. Now, with that said, all of our clients are treated the same way. And you're going to see here in a minute that we actually use our own platform to support your clients. They just hit the headset and they're talking to our team. Our average response time is sub 2 minutes, just an FYI. This one, I think, is pretty important. We have all handled problem customers, and if we don't handle them quickly or efficiently or set expectations, those problems can kind of snowball, right? So by having a text communication, one of the things you're going to see in our platform is the ability to do like a net promoter score. So, hey, on a scale of 1 to 5, how likely are you to recommend our business to a friend or family? And if somebody comes back and says 1, 2, or 3, then we might have an automation that says, hey, thanks for the feedback. We'd love to, you'd like to schedule a call and talk about your experience. We'd love to improve. If they come back with a 4 or 5, we could automatically, shoot a Google review their way. So there's some neat things that we can do from a business process standpoint that will improve your clients' customer experience and the way they communicate with the business. This particular author, you're going to see, he did a video series for us. I was so impressed with him at a national conference we went to that we hired him to do 9 short videos that you guys will have access to. They're 60 to 90 seconds, and you can almost use them as a teaser or a series of emails to get the attention of your audience, talking about the importance of business texting. This part, I think we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about the CTAs on your website. We also have the ability, you see forms where you ask people to fill in a form or a lead form. We can take those lead forms and actually have them automatically populate into Captivated. So just food for thought there. By the way, have you ever had somebody call your business as a prospect or a friend, just say, hey, call my business, see how we do? I highly recommend you do that, just so we always want to kind of be introspective when it comes to customer support and service. Just make sure we're all kind of practicing what we're teaching. As far as inbound calls, right, or the way inbound calls work, we're a big fan of when calls come into a business, immediately shoot them your business card via text, right? If they come in, just say, let me get your contact info, and we have the ability to push a digital business card to that prospective client or client. As far as rescheduling, things like that, you're going to see some features. I think it's important that we talk about when you talk to your clients, how their appointment scheduling works, how their customer anytime they handle a customer, what is that experience like? And then how can we augment it or supplement it with texting? I think that's pretty important. Talking about missing calls, we're going to talk about ways to do that. You're going to see some templates. Hey, salutation, looks like we missed your call. This is Brian with Captivated. Is now a good time for a quick call back. We're huge fans of leading with a text. if you need to go to let's say I need to transfer a conversation or I need a coworker involved, oftentimes, that can, during a handoff, it can get pretty ugly from a customer experience. When you go in and talk to your clients, talk to them about those handoffs, talk to them about customers getting dropped in between a handoff. And then we talk about how we can automate that with text and how we can pull people into a conversation. So you'll see that in real time in our demo. But I definitely, and when I send this deck over to you guys after this, we'll make this available. These are conversations that you can have with your clients to talk about what's working, what's not working, and ways that you can help. Back to the next slide here. Outbound calls, again, big fans of leading with a text, big fans of following up with a text if you have to leave voicemail. But this is just, again, if you're selling businesses that make a lot of outbound calls, this is a great way to supplement that. Let's talk about why customers don't pick up. One of the benefits Captivated has is we can push the business cards out. You can do, let's say you serve 2,000, let's say you have a irrigation company and they serve 2,000 or 500 clients, and they want to let people know it's time to close up, for the season. Well, they don't. It's hard to make those 200 outbound calls, but they could certainly text everybody, and they could handle responses. But I think one of the things that I want to emphasize here is until you ask those questions about what types of outbound calls are you making. You guys have stats, I'm sure, in all the phone systems you sell. You have stats about outbound calls, inbound calls. But if you see that there are 2 or 3 heavy users and they're making tons of outbound calls, that's where we can come in and show them how to leverage Captivated for a better customer experience. The review process, everybody could use more Google reviews, right? We all could use them. And a business that doesn't have great Google reviews, quite honestly, will get passed by. It's pretty important that they're current and you're getting them regularly. And we're going to show you how you can collect those very quickly. I mentioned the Net Promoter Score, that scale of 1 to 5 kind of thing. So there's some things that we can do here to drive reviews. A lot of templates, right? Post-service and thank you and referral requests, on-site appointment confirmations. We integrate with Outlook and Google Calendar. When you have inbound like concerns people have, you can again have these great templates ready to go. Following up, collections. A lot of our businesses that we serve use Captivated as part of their collection process. We do have, by the way, we have the ability to collect payments via text. Millions of dollars per month, our clients collect payments. So if you have anybody who has a receivables issue or wants to leverage Captivated for payment collection, you'll see how powerful it is here in a few minutes. Customer tagging. So think about all your customers and their databases. We have the ability to create groups and tags to segment the database so you can send out group messages. They look one-on-one, but you can quickly message a group or a segment of your database very quickly. We do have built-in collaborative chat or what we call team chat. You can tackle, again, we do surveys and we can even collect forms and signatures via text. And then, of course, pre-service kinds of notifications. We'll talk about this. We even have the ability for your any home service companies that you serve. We have what's called virtual door knock, where it leverages the geolocation of the user of Captivated. And if they're in front of Mr. Smith's house, it'll automatically pop up Mr. Smith. And the office gets to control which templates are sent. I'm here, you're my next stop. We just finished. Would you like to give us a Google review? But so let's face it, any home service company, they don't hire people based on their texting skills. So instead, all these great templates are built by the office and served up for the technicians. And they can change seasonally, they can change based on the type of customers they're going to. So it's just again, very, very powerful and saves the technician in that case a ton of time. One of the things that we were always asked is, hey, tell me a little bit about AI. And we want to talk about authenticity. So we have some user stories that we're going to leverage AI for conversation recaps and maybe some light responses. We do keyword auto responses and phrase. We can kind of look at auto route conversations based on a conversation or keywords in a conversation. But we do always want to make it feel like there's a real person involved, because there is. So we can point, if the business you're selling has 15 employees and 4 of them are in the front line that handle inbound phone calls, those same 4 people should also handle inbound texts. So I'm going to send this. I already told you about the virtual door knock. We're not going to go through that now. That is what it looks like, by the way. We're big fans of starting with this, right? Let the audience know, hey, to better serve you, you can now text or call the office along with that B card. We also use QR codes and registration links. So we want to get that business card pushed into the end customers' phones. You want to teach your customers to do that. And then, of course, you want to talk to them about lead with a text when you're making outbound calls. So for those of you who'd like to connect with me, go ahead. That is my QR code. It's baked into Captivated. Everybody who's a user of Captivated has their own QR code. And if you register, I'll have your contact information and that also opts you in. So it's a great way. So businesses that have walk-in traffic, they can use this. And for people who call on customers, they can leverage this. We also have what's called contact exchange feature. I'm going to show you that here in a second. Let's jump right out now and let me show you Captivated. Please ask questions on the fly. I'm going to try to keep the little Zoom chat available so I can look for questions coming in. And let me stop share and reshare my Chrome share. Here we go. So this is what Captivated looks like. You can see Rob. I was texting with Rob. You can see my active conversation. So at a quick glance here, we have a menu system on the left with appointments and contacts and dashboards. I'm going to dive right in just to show you the power of Captivated. Again, we can't get through all these features. When we talk about all the different features, you can have built-in workflows that are keyword triggered, or you can start them manually. We have video chat baked in, text to video chat. This is secure chat for medical and financial businesses. That request contact exchange allows businesses to push their business card out and collect. People get to type their own name in and collects the opt-in. There's Google review, schedule appointment, request location. So AAA Motor Club's a huge client and millions of messages a month, and they'll use this feature to identify where a stranded motorist is because they don't know what mile marker they're in. So if you have any towing or trucking companies, they like to use that feature. Attached form. What's a form? You name it. If it's a form that gets completed by the end customer, we can collect forms, signatures, surveys, you name it, all via text, even like a change order form, and then payments. So again, pretty straightforward. There's the click to call feature that we have. It leverages existing VoIP. It's not our platform, but it does show the recorded call, kind of the how long the call was. And of course, you always have access to a transcript. But when you think of it, I can go in, I'm a supervisor, so I can look at everyone's conversations. I can look at conversations by active, unreplied, completed, scheduled, or all. I typically sell this, when I sell this to, let's say it's let's just show you a real live example. So here's let's pick a good one. Here, I'll dry. So here's a big roofing company. A lot of users, Lots of teams. I think they're in 22 different cities. Yeah, 22 different cities around the country, from Colorado to Florida. And queues, lots of templates. They collect payments. Just give you an example of what this looks like. You can see, conversations. You can see how they introduce their team into conversations, very professional. If we were to go look at their dashboard, you'll see we collect opt-ins and opt-outs. We store that under compliance, any form submissions, reviews. You'll see we pull all their Google reviews in. You also have the ability, if it comes in organically, you can assign credit. And you even have a dashboard. You can see which employee on your team is getting the most Google reviews. From a payment standpoint, okay, it's the first of the month. Let's see what they did last month. Let's go to last month. So you can see that the platform is certainly solid when you see people requesting $5 million a month be paid on the platform, through the platform. You see what it looks like. Let's look at an unpaid one just to show you what it looks like. Pay with bank, pay with card. You have the ability to pass on zero cost processing. So we save this particular company about $35,000 a month in credit card fees. It's something that if you have any of your clients are collecting payments, this is a great way to do it. It's a great customer experience. Pay with bank, it goes right through Plaid. They get to pick which account they want to pay with and it gets paid. But we have what's called a Express Pay is what this is called, this feature. And we have an actual calculator that you could give to your client and it'll show them how much money they'll save in credit card fees per month. It's worth going through with them. As far as your other types of clients, whether it's a AAA motor club or whether it's a medical or a credit union, let's go to a credit union. So we have there's one that's not here. It's called something different that just got bought. So one of the things that the reason I bring this up is SOC 2 and HIPAA compliance. So we have a certification. The company we use for our certification is called Vanta. And you can actually go in and see our dashboard and make sure it's kind of a live look into our audit window. So you go to our compliance and our trust center, and it's just a quick way to point people and say, hey, Captivated is a trusted system that you can use. We serve county governments, quite a few in Minnesota. We serve domestic violence centers. They use us with our secure chat. The one thing I would tell you, let me see if we've got somebody in here that's come in yet. Nobody. Let me just, Rob, you have your phone handy so we can text?
Yes.
Okay, so you see for Rob, I could push my business card over to Rob. I could, attach files of any kind. I could even do an internal note. Rob, say hello back. And so when he messages me back, you'll see it come in. I could invite other people into the thread. I could transfer this over or add a user to this conversation. If Rob texted back XYZ subject or whatever, it can auto route. We can do automatic routing based on the what's in the thread. Rob, I'm not sure if this is I might have texted your wrong number, but the other thing that we can do is on the invite to video chat or invite to chat, you'll see this is a secure chat. This requires 2FA, but this is perfect for, like, we have credit unions that use this, again, medical offices. There we go. Let's say he had a question that I need to get a coworker involved. I could very easily just go here and say at Phil, say hello to Rob. And you'll see right now I'm the owner of the conversation, but I'm just going to invite Phil in. So when you hear of a business that say, oh, our response time stinks, there's only one person answering the phone. Well, a lot of that time, when there's one person answering the phone in a business, they're handing calls off and they're getting other people involved. This is the way you can quickly get other people involved in a text thread without having them text from their own personal cell. All conversations are happening over the business number. That way you always have the transcript of what's been said. The other thing that people love about our platform is you can create what we call custom workflows. So let me transfer this to sales just to give you an example of a workflow, a sales workflow. I'm going to transfer this over to sales, and you'll see it comes in. When a new message comes in, it looks like this. People get to grab it. It'll always show you who took the conversation, who's ever been involved in the conversation. At a glance, I can quickly see who's involved. I could have made Phil the owner, but you also see it triggered a workflow. There you go. Working, hot prospect, shook hands, not interested. Well, these buttons, 85% of Captivated comes out of the box ready to use. If they want our professional services team to customize workflows or labels, so I can mark Rob as a working prospect or a hot prospect. And then if I want to go look at all my hot prospects, I could have a save search and go look at, and there's Rob at the top. So you can do things like that. And then you could message, if I want to message all my hot prospects at one time, I could send an announcement out. We serve the green industry in a big way. So people who treat your lawn, right? Well, this time of year is when they typically send out that, hey, let us know if you want to get on the schedule, get your lawn aerated. We're burning daylight or whatever. They send a simple message out like that from the end customer. It feels like they sent it just to me because it's personalized. It would say, hey, Brian. But the fact is they might have sent that to 2,000 people in a very efficient manner. So again, the features are simple. It's easy to work. It works on desktop, works on mobile. On mobile, you have even more power because you can do, let me just show you mobile real quick. And I'd highly recommend for those of you who, if you have office staff and you want to use this internally, by the way, we do offer this at quite a significant wholesale price for our resellers. So let me go here to. So here I can open up Captivated on my phone. A lot of the same features, but now we even have, look at take photo, take video, voice memos. You know how you guys will call somebody and their voicemail's full. I could send a voice memo to Rob saying, hey, just was going to ship this out, wanted to make sure we had the address right? So if I couldn't leave him a voicemail, I could always send him a voice memo. But the nice thing is people in the office could actually hear that voice memo that I left him. Of course, to take video, take photo, very common. And then all the same features. In other words, the app is not limited. You should have all the same features you have on desktop are available on mobile. Now, I want to show you a really powerful piece because everybody asks about integration. So let me stop share here and share our Chrome extension. So we use HubSpot. So let me just show you here. We use HubSpot as our CRM. And if I were to go to HubSpot, like contact page, if you go to our Chrome extension, anytime you're in a list over here, or if I've got a certain list, I'm gonna look for, Mike, whoever, you can see I can quickly message. This list gets rebuilt on the right. You can make that wider if you'd like, but you can run Captivated from this pinned window on the right. So if you're in, you name the program, we can go down here and we can map any page that'll run in Chrome. We are adding, because Edge runs in Chromium, so we are going to be working on the Edge browser as well. But this is just a quick way to run Captivated and match up lists. So if I have a list of 33 people that maybe this was a receivables list, I could quickly message those 33 people and with a quick text. I'm looking for questions coming in. Participants, questions are turned, maybe they're turned off. Let's get to pricing. I want to show you, just to give you an idea what pricing looks like. Retail pricing. is never going to match our wholesale pricing. In other words, if I were to do this 249 plan, you can do a plus upgrade, and let's say this is our choice plan. Well, for you guys, you never have to somebody's going to compare it, their plan with what you sell them, because we gave you a custom pricing order form. Just configure a plan, starts at $69. We do have a one-time fee that we have to pay for the campaign registry, and this includes training, initial training and setup. But you basically just get to pick, right? Oh, here's 6. Let's say I need 8 licenses total. So 8, and we need a couple more text lines. You want a toll free, and if you can kind of boost a plan. If say, oh, they're going to use 10,000 messages a month or 2,000 more messages a month, I think we give them 1,000 complimentary with just the $69. Then if you want to turn on announcements for bulk and API access, maybe to integrate with something else, or automations, booking and calendar integration, collect forms and surveys, all of these you can select on or off. The nice thing is you can change them. You can start with the basics, but then add different features later, anytime you want. But that's kind of how you build. It's kind of Build-A-Bear. You get to select exactly what you need instead of picking some big plan. And then, so if you're finished here, you just hit update totals. And this pricing, by the way, is in your portal. I just wanted to show you this. This is where we get it. So this would be $151 cost on this particular installation. Questions, Rob? Anything that I should cover other than, we do all the training online. We use Zoom. We don't charge for future training. So next week, next month, next year, if anybody needs us, they just go to this headset icon and we're helping them right from within the app. By the way, our average response time is sub 2 minutes. So
one of my comments I'd make, Brian, is your training and campaign fee of $140. I would venture to guess that most everybody on the call would be happy or are happy with that, simply because the campaign piece is a pain in the neck.
Yeah, just getting people registered. Yeah, we kind of do that in our, I don't want to say in our sleep, but you have to be good at it if that's all we do, right?
Hey, Brian, maybe you could talk a little bit about the requirements for the website, the Privacy Acts, just so they set their customers up properly.
Sure. So on any website, let's just go to ours. Obviously, one of the key is the privacy policy, right? When we go to get people approved or the campaign process, they have to have a website. They don't have to have a website, believe it or not. I just got a Penske Collision Center done without a website. You've got to then show the QR code that they're using to scan, or the process, how they're building off how they're starting off the texting relationship. But if they are going to have a website, if they do have a website and they're going to maybe use live text or chat, then the privacy policy has to state that data collected, mobile data collected, is not going to be sold to third parties, etc. We've got all that good language that we can share with you, but it is important to get that done correctly up front. One of the customer types that we sell, because of our background, was automotive, right? So we had owned a company for 20 years that had 2,500 auto dealer customers. And so we sell into auto now. We sell into the government because of SOC 2 and some of the stuff these certifications that we just targeted. It's going to make it easier. Although selling to the government, as you guys know, is kind of a pain because of the RFPs and the process. But it is worth it long term that we have those types of certifications. On our big plans that you guys could always revert to if you said, hey, we want a big plan with unlimited users, it is available, and we would have to add this as a wholesale. But if you have a place that has and then a bunch of branches. Let's say it's a national franchise and you want to sell all 72 locations. I'm going to show you retail pricing. So here's a place with 73 franchises nationwide. Well, do the math, 3378 divided by 73, not a lot. And there is a great way for you to get your foot in the door with whether it's a local franchise and then you sell them all. You're making, when you upsell it, you're going to make some good money. You can imagine what that would be if this was, you were selling 99 bucks a location, right? Just at that, you're going to be at a wholesale price, you're going to make $4 or $5 grand a month. So just trying to give you some ideas on the kind of money you can make without a lot of work, because again, we do all the heavy lifting. As far as the amount of time it takes from the order coming in, it can be anywhere from 2 days to 5 business days based on how efficient your clients are at getting that initial registration information completed. We kind of automate the process, and we'll help you do that with an email, initial email, kind of welcome email. I would love it if the people that you sell, we would love a handoff call if you'd like that. I don't think we're ever going to be an unknown, source. It's just that you have the in as far as being able to buy this stuff wholesale. So I just so you know, we'd love to, work with each of you on what you think those handoffs should look like. But we try to do a really good job of making sure that we try to hit that 5-day window of everybody from go live date, from sign up to go live. Rob, anything you want me to cover? I am going to email out the pricing. I'm going to email out to you we have these videos. So I just want to show you very quickly. We have a series of these videos. Let me show you over here, the showcase. Here we go. So this showcase, there are 9 videos that you have available to you to send out. Again, every one of them they're 60 to 90 seconds long, but they're great, great topics, very easy to watch, and your audience will I think they'll watch them all the way through. We're getting a good response rate on these in our marketing.
So we do have a question, Brian.
Go ahead.
Can text be archived for compliance in the financial world?
It is. It can be, and we have an integration with a company called Smarsh, which does like financial advisors. They will actually archive at a third-party site. So the name of the company is SMARSH. Some of the other players in it for like financial advisors, there's like CellTrust, and it's horrible because they give the advisor a separate text number. Let's face it, everybody wants to be able to text. They don't want you to call me on this number and text me on another. They should be one and the same. That's why we like hosting. This is not a port. It's we host the SMS traffic, and you don't have to do a big port that's painful and lengthy.
Thank you. Other questions, guys?
Yep. Any other questions? Give you a tour of one more account type. Pretty interesting use case. Let me just show you this. Subaru. Trying to think of one that's easy. Here, I know one that I've showed before. So Subaru. Well, let's just go look at this. Look at their custom labels. Appointment requested. They started with a QR code scan before they went to F&I, sent them out this request for appointments. Oh, by the way, you see the tip of the week pop up. You can see that. What was that? Tip of the week. And let's look at one that's booked. Here's one that's booked in person. Notice it says in person because we can do virtual with that video chat, right? So here's somebody scan the QR code before they went to F&I. What this program is Subaru dealers want to redeliver the vehicle to you 2 to 6 weeks later. Let's face it, when we get a new car, we all want to drive off the lot. Well, you don't have any good questions until you've driven it a couple of weeks. So they get you back in and, this message went out. It automatically sent the Love Encore brochure. Go over all the features. You can see a little conversation go on. Oh, great. Sorry, slow. I'll schedule it soon. They scheduled it all within Captivated. It has been booked. It even pushed businesses, his business, everything in gold there, yellow was an automated text. It even sent his business card, but then the cadence of reminders automatically happen. So when you leverage Captivated for the appointment piece, all those automations just happen, all those reminders, etc. And you can see here's a perfect example of the customization that you can do with Captivated with these custom labels. Bill, can you think of another good example of the different kinds of folks that we sell? Oh, I can show you a good one. Here's, if you guys know any retail. So we're in quite a few stores like this. So here's Apt Appliance out of Chicago. Ballpark $1 million a day in revenue. 20,000 live chats a week, or messages back and forth over live chat. 20,000 people chat in a month. So 5,000 a week. Very impressed. They've had our platform for, Bill, 4.5, 5 years now? 6 years? I know you're on mute. So anyway, that is, so if you know anybody who has a live chat, so we have probably half a dozen nationwide big appliance groups that use us. Mortgage companies use us for that process. Another good one would be, let me see who else is a good one to show you guys. Property management is awesome. Obviously HVAC, there's BrandSmart, lots of lawn. Buy Ryder, buy here, pay here. Churches use us. Jewelry stores.
Could you guys hear me?
Yep.
Just to kind of reiterate a little bit of what Brian said in the very beginning, is you'll see a lot of your customers and a lot of phone companies, say, oh, we have SMS, we have texting, and they basically put in a very basic version in their systems so they can make the checkbox and say, we have texting. And even if you talk to your customers, they're going to say, oh, we already have texting. But I can guarantee you that they have nothing like Captivated in everything Captivated can do. But they've got to understand what it can do.
Right. Here's a big mortgage company that has probably 200,000 messages a month that leverage us, a lot of users, communicate, just help with the mortgage process. But again, powerful platform, easy to sell, month to month. You don't have to sign long-term deals. Obviously, you guys can, but we have 30-day notice. We do offer annual deals for people to save money, but you guys are already paying for wholesale, so I don't think that's required. Any other questions before we wrap it up? Just know that we'll give you as much content as we can from whether it's videos. We're having another demo video getting completed, which is kind of a 90-second, more of an overall teaser video that'll show some screenshots as well. But we want to give you as much marketing material as we can.
So Brian, we did have another question. As far as integration with CRMs, how in depth is that relationship, and can messages be saved to a customer's records?
Yes. So here, let's see if I've got you in here. go. So SMS conversations right here. So this is HubSpot. I think we're just wrapped up for AAA Motor Club. We just wrapped up Salesforce as well. We also mapped to Zoho. But if you have specific CRMs that need mapping or need attention, just let us know. We have an open API that also, if anybody wants to do work on their own. If I want to, view the conversation, you can actually, of course, I'm not logged in here. Oops, that's for HubSpot. Questions on pricing? Any questions on pricing? It's like I said, the base plan is $69 is the easiest plan to get started on. And then you kind of just pick which features you need and go from there.
And I would suggest if you guys are interested in Captivated's platform, if you can please reach out to them, whether it be phone call or email. They, I'm sure, will be more than happy to give you some individual time. Brian did mention that as we started this session, and then get you registered under us. As soon as we do go live, we'll probably post it when we actually go live with Captivated. We have their parts in there, but like I said, we want to make sure everything goes smoothly. So give us a little bit more time and we'll have that wrapped up. And in the interim, you can, like I said, always contact them, or even after we're set up, contact them to get questions answered and get some support.
And just so you know, no one so far has scanned Brian's QR code.
Well,
Smile.
it's not back on the screen, so I can put it up. Okay. Rob, I appreciate you letting us spend time with you and the group. And if anybody has, I'll get you guys all the information that, whether it's marketing material or anything like that, but we will need to register the individual resellers just so we know who our end resellers are through Clearfly. That'll be helpful for us. And
Great.
definitely would gladly invest in any sales training, product training, just invest the time necessary to make sure you're really comfortable with our platform.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And if nobody else has any questions, we will end the session.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Yep. Bye-bye.